Alright, so in part 2, which is essentially the end of the last video, I'm in the process of routing the Motion Pro Rev3 variable rate throttle kit, right? Now the cam that I'm running in it is the road race cam. These are the other ones, which are the, let me go over this again. That's a 50. That one's a 35. If it focuses, that's a 40, and this one is a 45, right? So what ends up happening is this. Right now, my throttle is at the closed position. So what you're looking for is to see which cable is the pull cable for when you pull the throttle, right? So as you'll see, this double nut one that's at the top is the pull cable, right? So what I need to do is, because of the orientation that I currently have it, mind you, this is a mock-up. This isn't the final way my bike is going to end up looking. This is the engine that's going to be on here. I'm just trying to see what I'm working with, basically, so I can figure out what else I'm going to need, because I'm really trying to do everything in like one day, 2 days max. If I could do it on a Friday and not finish it on a Friday and do it on my next day off, which would be a Monday, and I'd be fine doing that. Cool. But like, other than that, yeah, that's the goal. So what I'm about to do now is I'm gonna end up routing this to the other side. Now I just need to figure out how exactly I'm gonna route this, because I don't want it to end up getting caught up on anything, and at the same time I don't want to pinch the cables, right? So I got the cable closed, right? Still looking for the double nut, which is going to be this one right here. So if I can go like this with it, right? Is it threaded through? Oh shit, it's actually threaded through. That's lit. Okay, cool. So they're both threaded through on this end, right? So all I gotta do is, because I'm pretty sure you can adjust it from here too. I apologize for the EGR 2 being in the way, but yeah, I'm pretty sure you just adjust it from this end, right? And you also got the adjustment up here along with the cams. And I'm also pretty sure there's the adjustments on the carb itself. Now, mind you, it's a push-pull, so when you pull it, it goes down. So the top cable pulls it back, obviously. That's why it sits up there. And then the bottom cable goes into any one of these, right? So, mind you, I'm doing this live, and it's getting dark out. So I just wanted to show y'all a quick little look at what I'm working with. I should really take this EGR tube off of this engine for now, but I mean, it's only in the way for the video, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. Take this nut off. Right. Thread it in. Okay. Pull this nut back through. Now, as you'll see, still need to go in with it. The goal of it is to get it to go into there, right? So the more I turn it in, the more it's going out. So I can actually pull it through, which is close. It's close, but no, I still gotta fight it. So let me put the phone down for a moment. Actually, no, I think I could do it on camera. I think I could actually do this one-handed on camera, and then just tighten it back up. So yeah, going in loosens it, and then going out tightens it. So, right, do that. Oh. Trying to do this one-handed with no tool at that. No tools. I would rotate it, but it's gonna make it a little bit, see? It's gonna pop out. And I'm trying to do this with one hand, so because I'm trying to do it with the one hand, I can't actually rotate it at the same time. Okay, got it. Now, what you do is, you see how the cable's starting to pull it. So you grab the push cable. You start this one in. See, this is gonna be a little bit tricky only because of the angle in which they are, but it's fine. It's nothing to really worry too much about. Now, see, this right here is where I'm assuming it's adjustable at, right? Because I can pull it here. That pulls it in, right? And this is supposed to be the pull side. The bottom one is the pull side. And as I turn it in, it's going out, right? You see that? So I think what I want to do is get the pull cable just taut, right? Let me put the nut on it. Mind you, it's getting dark, so I'm doing this with my phone, with the camera, outside my garage with no lights. Now, bear with me. I wish I had a better angle of everything I'm doing right now, but it's fine. Now, let me see what's gonna happen when I pull the throttle with just the pull, right? So with just the pull, so I gotta figure out that right there. So I'm gonna have to adjust the cable up top is looking like as far as the push side, or adjust it up top for the pull side. All right, either way, for the moment, I'm just going to, because it's getting dark out, the longer I'm out here, I'm gonna just put this together for tonight, and I'll get back to it maybe tomorrow before I go to work. If not, I'll finish it on my next day off, which is coming up. So if I can just rotate this and get this in. Up. Get it in the hole. If I can just get it in the hole. Mind you, right now I'm actually trying to use the camera to like guide me here. But my hands keep getting in the way. Okay, so if I could just do that, push it in and possibly rotate. Okay, oh no. All right, this is gonna be a biatch to do, so you know what, I'll leave it till I got some sun.
A few moments later.
Phone call, Mr. Plankton.
The next day.
And back at it like a crack addict. I will say this, last night I had a bit of a hiccup after I put everything on the bike. So my garage door caved in, and as you can see, I got everything cleared out because they just fixed it. So hopefully my garage door won't cave in on me again. That's why everything is out here looking like a pile of shit. But I digress. Back to where I was at. So basically, I just mocked up my little trellis, Mind you, it's a quick release trellis, so I could just pop off that back one because I don't got the 2 front ones on, just the back one. I just wanted to see how everything looked behind it. Now, I'm looking at getting either a air filter or I'm going with a velocity stack, right? So, I'm actually looking at purchasing velocity stacks like right now. The air filter, I'm trying to figure out like what direction I'm gonna have the carb facing in, because that's gonna matter. Now, as of right now, this is what the carb looks like with no filter, no nothing on it, and that's how it's sitting behind the trellis. Now, if I put a velocity stack on there behind the trellis, I should be fine, as long as my velocity stack has a fucking filter on it, which the ones that I'm ordering all have filters on it. So there's the short one, it's a mid, that's like called short, but it's like a mid, and then there's the long one, right? So looking at the distance that I have back here, if it is going to be orientated either direction, right or left, it can't go backwards, only because of the frame. Let me see if I can pop this off real quick. Okay. So only because of the frame and how tall this is, right? I can't turn it and face it backwards. That's fine, not an issue. So if I'm gonna face it to the right or to the left, I want to clock it as far back as possible. But looking at it, because of how my cables are routed, if I were to rotate it and face it forward, the throttle cables would end up being in a little bit of a wonky place. Now, with that being said, let me just flip over to this side. If I can get this side off. Been having issues with this back corner for some reason. Don't know why. Don't know why. Here's the hoping the bike doesn't fall right now, because I'm doing this with one hand, which can be a bitch. It works. It does work, but it can be a bitch to do one-handed. And I almost dropped the bike. Whew! Through the trellis, saved the bike. Now, with that being said, where did my little spring go for this? Give me 1 second. I gotta find the spring. So, found the spring, right? Now, I was looking at the fuel line. Fuel line on the carburetor itself, I measured it as 8 millimeters, which is 0.31 of an inch, which is a 5/16 line. The line coming from the tank itself is a 1/4 inch. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna go 1/4 inch from the tank to the filter, and then I'm gonna come 5/16 to the actual carburetor itself. I'm actually about to order those fuel lines now, along with the velocity stacks. Now, the fucking idle adjusting screw. What I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna end up running it through here. I just gotta figure out. I think I wanted it in like this area, so that way only thing that pokes out would be just the knob, and I can actually just reach over and turn it, and everything is like mounted. So I'm actually getting ready to drill a hole in there so I could mount this on. But as far as the throttle goes, right, I think I got it. I should actually put the idle screw in just to show y'all where everything is gonna be at. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to do this with one hand and record. You know, YouTube can be fun, especially when you're doing it by yourself, right? But I mean, there we go. Now you see it starting to come through. See the cam starting to go up, and then you see that's starting to open, right? Cool. So you see it's actually opening up as I rotate, right? So basically what I want to do is I want to have this knob coming out of the trellis like somewhere over here, basically. So that way, like I said, it stays stiff, and the only thing I got to do is just rotate it. Now, as far as this throttle goes, I think I got the push-pull down. I think I got it all lined up last night. Only thing I did notice is the adjustment. So when you pull it, right, pull the throttle, watch the pull, watch the push cable. You see that slack? So I was trying to figure out how to get rid of that slack. You can actually hear it kind of too. But I was trying to figure out how to get rid of that slack in there. Now, as far as the adjustment on the cable itself, I kind of got it almost as far out as possible up here. And I kind of, last night before I went in, because it got dark, I kind of had it pushed all the way out on here, which pulls the cable. Now, turning it out back here pulls it, and turning it out back here pulls it. Turning it in pushes it. So I've been trying to pull it out, like, I guess as far as I can, with it all still having threads on it, but still having that little, you know. But I'm not really, I don't know. I can't really tell yet. I don't know if it's going to cause any difficulties. But I mean, it's on. It's on. I kind of want to put it on that bike. Just for now until I get my other one. But I know the 28 ain't going to do shit for this fucking 125. So I'm not even going to. Only thing I got to do is just push this on. Put that on. I gotta put my ignition coil back on this bike. It's on this one. I did order an ignition coil for this bike with the CDI that I got. But yeah, this is what it looks like. The throttle, the Motion Pro Rev3 push-pull throttle on a clone with an FCR 28. This isn't the final routing. This is just my mock-up. Once again, this is the engine that's staying on this bike. This engine is just in here for now because I don't feel like taking the chain off, honestly. I'm just being honest. It makes it easier for me to roll it around with all the weight than if I were to take the engine out and just have the chain just rolling, because the chain ends up catching and then, you know. So I just leave the engine on until the other one comes, and then I'll drop the engine. There's nothing too much to do. Now, I'm still in the process of just figuring out the intake part of everything. Now, the kit that I got did come with a intake manifold and a carburetor itself. So, if this setup doesn't work, that's fine. I'll figure out how to make it work, honestly, because I actually do like this trick-ass piece. But, for the moment, what I'll end up doing is I'll just run the ZS190 intake manifold. I'll just have to measure it to see if it's a 28 or a 30 millimeter intake manifold, because I was looking them up and I'm seeing 30 millimeter intake manifolds for the ZS. So I don't know what it comes with stock, but I'll figure that out when the part gets in. For now, I should actually get ready to go to fucking work. I'm running late because of the whole fucking garage door collapsing, and I had to fucking wake up this morning and clear everything out so they can repair the door. So I gotta put everything back in the garage, and then I gotta get ready to go to work. A part of me wants to take off today and just do whatever I want to do tomorrow, which would be my normal day off, and then just go into work tomorrow. But yeah, actually, you know what, I'll figure that out on my own. Figure that out on my own. Just show y'all. I try to just put one corner on because it'll hold up with just one. Okay, so like I said, I'm thinking of putting this, I don't know, if I put it high, I could put it maybe like right here in the front. I just wanted to make sense, you know. Actually, there's a hole right here already. I might give it a shot in that hole. Yeah, I might give it a shot in this hole right here. Well, yeah, because of the way my mind works, I couldn't leave it alone. So this is just what I came up with for now. This is just some spare line that I had. I got this line when I got this bike originally, and it came with a spare carb. Now, the line I got going directly to the filter, which I have going directly into the carb itself. This little nipple that's on this end is sticking into here. This whole thing connects, right? Only thing that's not touching is this little gap in between here. Basically, you see how much gap I got right here? It's almost the same amount that's in here. So this whole nipple isn't inside of the carb itself, but this is just a mock-up. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want it. Once again, about to order some fuel line, but I think this is how I'm gonna end up going with it, putting the filter directly on the carb, so then that way I'm getting the freshest fuel I can get. Now, everything's looking good though. Everything's looking good. Just need to figure out which velocity stack is gonna fit under the trellis and also work, because I still needed to suck in air, obviously. So I mean, I can run nothing, just put a fucking filter on here type shit off of one of the velocity stacks if I want to, because this is a velocity stack in itself. But no, I'm gonna end up slapping on a velocity stack on top. So yeah, let me order my shit. Just wanted to show y'all. I gotta get a hose. I gotta get one of these braided lines for my clutch, because I'm going with the hydraulic clutch. So I got 2 masters coming in, but yeah, I'm looking over what I need to order. I can still use this clutch cable. This is a Nibby clutch cable. I can use it with the ZS, but I want to try a hydraulic setup and see how that works for me. So yep, hydraulic master coming in for the clutch. And I also got the, you know, the actuator part of it. But yeah. Let me put everything back in the garage and get my ass to work. See y'all later.